I want to put in front of you this tweet from Louis Riddick.
What do you have to say?
We have a problem with him?
Well,
It felt like it. It felt like your tone suggested that there was a problem with Louis Riddick. What did he have to say?
Yeah.
As if he had said the wrong thing.
no. I could be the judge of that.
You are a judge, a journalist, a lawyer, a doctor, and a race war expert.
Yep.
So here is Louis Riddick on the Dolphins after they lured Darren Waller out of retirement, something I evidently was more excited about than just about anyone on earth, including Darren Waller yesterday. The Dolphins are the very definition of uncertainty going into 2025, has zero idea what this team will look like, play like, come together like, chemistry-wise. Zero. Fascinating to me.
Sounds like the most exciting Dolphin team in my lifetime.
Is this team fascinating? Is it what's fascinating about a team that hasn't won a playoff game in a quarter century and now has just a bunch of question marks and whatever players you've seen be great in a Dolphin uniform so far are not on the in the prime of their career, I guess, outside of Tua.
I think what he's telling you there is you look at it on paper, and certainly there's a lot of talent on both sides of the football. So, hey, they could be really good. Or they could be this year's total hot mess. They could be like the worst team in the league, and just everything goes wrong.
This is just frustrating because we had like a 2-year stretch, a year and a half stretch of being good.
Yeah.
Like it took so long. We finally got there.
I like trying this.
I was like, we have a good team. We've arrived, and now it's gone again. And now everyone is back to just thinking we're a joke. And it's like,
Yeah.
we had a few injuries to our defensive line. I know we made some trades, but it's like the team's not that different, actually, that it was a few years ago.
But you said they were good, and they weren't.
They were, though.
right, they're not that different. Like they weren't good last year.
They were interesting, but they didn't win a playoff game. Like
Because they got injured at the end of their good season 2 years ago. They got battered at the end. Who was that old defensive lineman from the Chiefs they signed? Like Houston, they signed for that playoff game against the Bills. That team going into that year was good on both sides of the ball. They got battered with injuries at the end of the season, and it all fell apart. And it just stinks because it seems like other teams have injuries and then get back to being good. And it seems like the Dolphins were good for like one season, got a ton of injuries, and then just can't get back there.
The teams that are good tend to be teams that are good even if they have injuries in that sport. Like
That's fair. No depth on that team.
I understand what you're saying. It's a perfectly logical explanation for how it is the blueprint exploded on a win-now franchise. They started the season having lost whatever they were, 9-2 or whatever it is.
We can agree it ended with the loss on Monday Night Football to Tennessee. That was the beginning of the end of everything.
It just always ends in December around here in this century. But what Riddick is saying about the Dolphins as an entity is true, right? Mm-hmm. Because everyone is looking at the Dolphins and saying, well, if at quarterback, you have the greatest of injury risks that will obviously detonate anything that you were planning in terms of team building. Then, of course, you're a bit of a mystery. But he's doing that because of the Darren Waller signing, right? Because nobody knows what that is. You can't have any idea what that is when the last 3 years have just been body problems and head problems.
Oh, I think it's all of it because in the span of the 24 hours, you have a team that brought in Minkah Fitzpatrick and also traded for Darren Waller, two very big names, and it's still like, I don't know what this team is.
You need Phillips and Chubb, right? That's like their defensive line has to be what it was a couple years ago, or else it's just if Chubb. If they're not what they were, they're not going to be a good team. That's it.
How about their offense being what it was a couple years ago? Because it feels like that kind of got found out, and everybody's like, oh, what do we do now? We can't throw over the middle.
How about this one? How about in 25 years you keep using draft picks on offensive linemen, and some of them can block?